And there are so many of us who just feel unfulfilled. We have spent our time being hard workers and still feel unfulfilled. That's because hard work is not your purpose. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Stephanie. And when I was 41 years old, I quit my job as a hospital pharmacy technician to take a year off to travel the world. I hit 12 countries in 12 months and I spent less than $1,200 a month doing it. If you have any desire at all to take some time for yourself, if you want to see the world or stay home, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and make sure you ring the notification bell. That way you'll get videos from me that tell you exactly how you can do it on a budget and without being super stressed out about it. I just saw Evelyn from the internets, our favorite internet cousin. I just saw her video on how she saved $20,000 to quit her job and be funemployed for the year. And I couldn't help myself. I had to hit record. I'm so happy to see that there were like tons of people, women, black women in the comments talking about I'm in the process of doing the same thing. When I was out traveling, I spent time in a lot of time in Southeast Asia. I went to Australia and Europe. And then when I came back, I went back to South Africa. When I did that traveling, I saw people from all over the world doing it. Young people, older people. Like I said, I was 41. People older than me. I saw people with kids. I saw people who were single. I saw couples. But I didn't see a whole lot of black women for a couple of different reasons. One, I think we're just told that it's not safe out there. It's not safe. But I'm here to tell you, if you live in the United States, the rest of the world is probably safer for you. You just don't know it yet. But I'll talk more about that another time. If you want me to do a specific video on safety when you're traveling solo, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I don't know if that's something that is still a concern for people, but if you live in the U.S., in pretty much any major metropolitan area in the U.S., you're probably less safe than if you would just leave and go almost anywhere else. I think the second reason that I didn't see as many black women out traveling, out taking a gap year or taking an extended period of time for themselves is that we're just told that our function is to be busy. Our function in life is to contribute to that hard work is our purpose in life. And there are so many of us who just feel unfulfilled. We have spent our time being hard workers and still feel unfulfilled. That's because hard work is not your purpose. We were not created to become hard workers. There's so much more to life. So Evelyn took time off to herself. I've taken time off to myself. I was interviewed by Sheeta from Sheeta's on the Loose, and I'll put a link in the description box. She took some time to herself. But I think that if you do have a spouse, if you do have children, if you do have people that you take care of, then it's even more important that you take time for yourself, that you take the time to find out who you are, what you want to do, and what you want to work towards for your next X number of years. Right now I'm reading a book called The Courage to Create by Rollo May. It's good. It starts off really strong. I'm in a slow part right now, but he says that it's talking about creativity, not only in terms of creating art, but just creating yourself, right? And in the book, he says that without rest, without free periods for your mind, you're not able to express your full creativity. It's why you come up with good solutions to problems in the shower or while you're driving or doing, anything else other than the actual work that you think would help you come to the solution that you're looking for. So if you're looking to create a different future for yourself, if you're looking to create your own fulfillment, your own happiness, then it's important that you have time, alone, quiet time to work on it. Now, I recommend a year. I know that it seems like a really crazy amount of time to have to yourself, but it really, especially today when we're so connected, right? And you always have like the world in your hand, the palm of your hand. it's important to be able to take an extended period of time. So I took a year. I took the year to travel, but I did some other stuff too. I started freelance writing, and I started working on some other projects that I didn't even know that I was interested in before the gap year. You know, I spent so much time just being busy, you know, just working. I worked in a hospital. I worked night shift, which meant that I slept during the daytime when other people were doing things, and then I was up all night when everyone else was sleeping. And so I just was out of it. I was like out of it, out of the world, out of life. I was not living a life. You know, I was just out of it. I was just making it from day to day. I wanted just to make it to the next vacation day or the next block of 3 or 4 solid days off, because 1 or 2 days off didn't mean anything, because, you know, I was going to sleep through it anyway. Just like Evelyn, I had have some privileges that made it easier for me to quit my job for a year, knowing that I would be able to get a job when I came back. I don't have, her privileges were that she didn't have a husband and kids. I have the same privilege. And she also had the ability to move back home. Her parents weren't going to let her stay, you know, be out in the streets. And I have the exact same privilege with my parents. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I have a job that is easy to get, right? So I'm a hospital pharmacy technician. As long as you're nationally certified, there's always a hospital around you that's hiring. And I'm able to write, right? So I can make money without having it like a job as a freelance writer. Right, so I'm not listing those out so that you can be like, oh, good for you. But I want you to think about what privileges you might have that will that could help you if this is something that you're going to do. Maybe you have a home that would rake in a big money if you rented it out, or if you Airbnb'd it out, or maybe you already have a job that you can work remotely. Like, that's a huge privilege if you want to work and travel. If your year is more about travel than about not working, then being able to work remotely is a huge privilege. Or being able to work part-time remotely is a huge, huge privilege. So listing them out is a way to start to see how possible it could be. But this year off, the grown-up gap year or funemployment or sabbatical or whatever you want to call it, does not have to be about travel. Evelyn, in her notes app, she had an entire, this is a Kindle, I'm holding it like it's a phone. She had an entire list of things that she wanted to learn to do. She wanted to garden. She wanted to learn a new skill. So what would you do if you had that time to yourself? Would it be about travel? Would you write a book? Would you spend more time with your kids? Like, would you run a marathon on every continent? Yeah, let's take this discussion further and talk about what we could do with some time to ourselves. Do me a favor, go to Instagram and use #Vicarious and let me know. Tell me what your gap year would look like, your grown-up gap year. Tell me what you would do. If you don't know, then just take a screenshot of this and share it. I have a quiz. I'm a quiz junkie. In the description box, you'll find a link to the quiz just to let you know, could you do it? Thank you for watching. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when the next video is posted. I'm making a gap year A to Z video for the month of June, and I'll be talking all things grown-up gap year. I'll see you next time. So I feel so